Hello everyone, we are back with another hard level SAT math problem. This one's a bit of a longer one, but stick with us so you can know how to solve these crucial types of word problems that will appear on your digital SAT or PSAT. So a landscaper is designing a rectangular garden. The length of the garden is to be 5 feet longer than the width. If the area is 104 square feet, what is the length in feet of the garden? Okay, so what do we know? We know we have a rectangle. Let's say we have our width here and our length here. We know that the area of a rectangle is equal to width times length, right? Simple equation here. We know the area of this particular rectangle is 104 square feet. And we know that the length is equal to 5 plus the width, right? It's 5 feet longer than the width. Now, what this also means here is that our width is equal to the length minus 5 feet, right? We just subtract 5 from both sides here, and that's the equation we get. Okay, so we need to figure out what the length is of this garden, right? We know the area is 105. We know that these two equations are true when we substitute what we have here, right? This equation is true, and then we put in this equation, we have another true equation. So let's say, let me just write this out to make this a little bit more clear. We have 104 is equal to, we can either have W times W minus 5, or W plus 5, I'm sorry, or we can have 104 is equal to L times L minus 5. And what did I do here? Well, I substitute in this for W, I substitute this in for L, based on these two equations that we just made over here, right? And now we need to figure out which of these equations is the better one to use. Well, if we're solving for length, we probably want an equation that has length in it, right? So let's try to use this equation. So 104 is equal to L times L minus 5. And if I change these into x's, which I'm just going to do so I can put into Desmos, I can just use this 104 is equal to x times x minus 5. I can just put that into Desmos and have it do all the work for me, right? So I did that. I put this into Desmos, and I got two equations that would, two x values that would solve this equation. I have -8 and I have 13. Well, which of these are we going to use? You can't have a negative value if you're making a fence, right? You can't have some sort of negative garden value, negative length, right? That means that our value here must be this 13. Okay, that means that the length of the garden is equal to x, and we said that x is equal to L. So that means that 13 feet is going to be the length of the garden. Now on your SAT, you will not have to worry about units. They put in the units there for you. So you just input very simply 13 and be done with the problem.